welcome to Brony Clockwork, episode 3, this time season 4, episode 12. I am Lamplight. Joining me this week is Lightning Runner.
Hi.
Midnight Dusk.
Hi.
Shadow.
Hello.
We have Author Pony.
Hello.
And Noble Spirit.
Hey.
So what did you think of the reveal of Cheese Sandwich, first of all? Like, just that scene. Just the reveal of him at the very beginning, like, with Appaloosa. It's like
that's such a Clint Eastwood reference, by the way. Like, just what he was wearing was screaming Clint Eastwood.
All right, Boneless.
Make my day.
You expected him to be not this aloof, cool pony. You expected him to be like ridiculous, like Pinky. And
when I saw like his
different at first,
his curly mane, I was just like, oh my, there's gonna be a party.
Yeah, he's basically a guy version of Pinky.
There is a distinction between him and Pinky that I would definitely say. She has more heart to her parties versus his is more spectacle. So, I don't know, hers are simpler, but yet...
His are kind of like professional parties.
Yeah, but hers are like local, more heartfelt parties. I don't know. I like the bigness, but Pinky's is so much more honest about hers. But the fact that it was Weird Al, unknowingly it was Weird Al, I just loved it the whole time. His voice acting was wonderful. I never thought I'd see him that way.
I had no idea it was Weird Al until he started singing, and I was just like, wait a second.
They announced it was Weird Al, like, way before the episode.
I didn't even look at that, so it was a surprise for me.
But it was, and the fact that it was Cheese Sandwich just matches Weird Al so perfectly. It's like, you would have no other name but Cheese Sandwich, would you?
You think he chose that name?
Probably.
He has.
Yeah.
The pony has an accordion.
I like how his beauty marks was like.
It's an accordion sandwich, guys. Get it straight.
But I love the fact that he was inspired by Pinkie Pie. He was so cute. I was like, oh, you have a
That means they're the
semblance.
same age.
Oh yeah, that's right, they are. Holy crap, but he's so much older looking.
I know, right? I noticed that. I was like, whoa, he's totally different, though.
The entire town of Ponyville we know isn't really fickle. Like, they jump onto trends really quickly. Like Trixie or whatever, and they're like, oh, this is the best thing ever, and then they realize, oh wait, no, it's not. And so they know Pinky, at the beginning they're singing about Pinky being the party planner of Ponyville, and it's like, yeah, we all know this. But then this new guy comes in, sings about, oh, I'm awesome, come check me out, and they're all like, forget Pinky, let's go with this guy. And it's like,
Exactly.
Really? Like, you just flipped like that, all her friends just ditched her, the entire town ditches her, and they go with this new guy they haven't even seen do a party before. It's like, I don't think anyone would do that so quickly unless he was just really, really boisterous, and he wasn't that crazy.
I think he breaks the fourth wall a few times, too.
Why wouldn't he?
And he does have a certain edge over Pinky, though, I'd say. He has, like, a bigger imagination and, I would say, a book of summonings to get from.
Yeah, the dude has a frickin' tank.
He summons giant cheese wheels and tanks and, like, everything out of nowhere, and it's like giant float balloons. It's like, I don't think Pink has ever done that. She's never summoned anything bigger than a cannon. That's really all she's got.
So he summons party supplies.
That would be a
Pinky,
very, very
Pinky
good
actually had to
business
go around and
idea.
get them.
Can we talk about the goof off or whatever? Oh god, I couldn't take it. Like that was intense.
It's an intense goofing off
Hit it
right there.
boneless and then go to an actual rubber chicken. and then an actual alligator for
It was so cute, though. I loved it.
That moment when Cheese starts singing the Smile song.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Oh, okay.
That was great.
No, honestly, the kind of stuff that was in this episode, you would expect it more on SpongeBob than on, you know? I really liked this episode.
In that goof off, Rainbow Dash smiled at both of them. Like, she laughed at both of them equally. So I wouldn't say it's anyone one at that point. It's just
They're
kind of the...
just equally matched.
Well, what I noticed about during that entire, the goof off and everything, it's like Rainbow Dash was honestly like, guys, what happened
chill.
to my party? She just had that the entire time. Hey, it's my birthday over here.
It's pretty cool that Pinky figured out. It's like, oh, I'm letting my pride screw this up.
Which is really random if you're having a life lesson for a party pony. That seems very contradictory. Like, just for her personality. I understand that she's supposed to be the crazy one and the one who does parties, but forcing a certain amount of like self-control on the pony, it's like, oh, that's your lesson. You'd think it'd be something big and crazy, but no.
Well, I mean,
the thing is, it's like she's supposed to be doing the party for someone else, but she's letting her rivalry get in the way of that, and it's kind of spoiling it.
like what you said earlier, you know, it's like Pinky puts more heart into it, you know, while Cheese, he just throws the parties to throw like great
He just
parties.
makes it freaking big, yeah.
He doesn't really seem to, you know, have like that personal connection for the party.
And I will say that Pinky's Lessons is the first one that has actually not been physically represented as an object, because I know that Rarities was the thread, and then I think before that, which one was it before that?
The rubber chicken. No, I mean the in this
That was
episode,
after.
the rubber chicken.
It was
as a
the
gift,
rubber chicken, the piece of thread, and the...
Wait, did the rubber chicken actually glow?
Yeah, it did. It glowed rainbow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
It
okay.
keeps doing that thing. I don't know what they're planning, but it's a thing.
the rainbow thing.
It's a key. The rubber
Yeah,
chicken's a key.
we'll just refer to that as the rainbow thing from
the
now
rainbow
on.
Yeah.
thing.
So the rainbow thing happened this episode, and we'll figure it out.
I really want to see where they're going with that. Like, there's been a piece of thread, the rubber chicken, and I forgot the first one.
It's the metal thing that Rainbow got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the pin.
Yeah, oh my god. So now we have 3 of them, now we have 3 more to go. We need some maybe some filler or 2 before each one, and then we got 3 more to go in the box. The big box that opens everything.
It's gonna be like the
What does
secret
it
string.
open?
It's in the secret box, has the string in it, and a picture from last year's Christmas party.
Oh my god. Yes, that needs to happen. I will say one thing that impressed me about the episode, besides voice acting of Weird Al, he stole the show just before it's even started, but I'm surprised he agreed to do this. Like,
yeah,
really.
I mean, out of any star to go on a TV show, that seemed just kind of completely random. But I mean,
Well, I mean, during
Sorry,
the
are you
TV
not familiar with it?
Hopefully somebody interviews him about that.
Well, there's a thing. During the first showing of the season 2 finale, they had they had the weird decision to show like Tori Spelling during the whole thing, like doing weird skits and whatever. Did any of you guys see the season 2 finale when it first aired? Then you know that they showed like doing Tori Spelling doing these like fake interviews of the characters during the whole.
Oh yeah,
right.
The really
Okay.
terribly awkward cheesy thing, right? That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. But that's for the little ones.
I don't think the
Yeah.
little ones know who Tori Spelling is.
Yeah, also that. Yeah, but when it comes to fitting that type of character, I wouldn't be surprised that it was Weird Al.
No,
you know,
that's true. Yeah, because I would definitely imagine him in that.
especially his singing. Like, as soon as I saw like Weird Al is gonna guest star in an episode, I'm just like, why am I not surprised? This is I kind of disagree to like being confused on why he would do this, because honestly, I could definitely see. I definitely could have seen him doing this.
this wasn't the first cartoon he's voiced for, I don't think.
Oh yeah, and speaking of singing, this was like one of the most consistently orchestral sounding songs in this whole episode, because the first one alone had enough of the really good back music. It had great. Yeah, I think it had strings and drums in there, and the whole thing. It's like It was Beauty and the Beast song, the very first song in that movie with Belle going through the village. It was that in pony form. What really knocked me back was when Pinky was singing. Okay, the very fast turnaround, I should say, when Pinky went from depressed, putting away her party cannon to no, I'm gonna try again. That song was at the same time a cameo of all the previous episodes in the show, and then it was the really well done orchestral song was just Pinky singing and this musical instruments. I was like, wow, that was a whole new level of Pinky singing we'd never heard before. Actually, like by yourself, no crowd, you just rival other songs.
I liked it when she just burst out in Spanish.
Yeah,
that was great.
Anything that you guys caught about the episode that was interesting, though?
I think
Rubber chickens.
it's probably the best episode of the season so far. The only thing that's holding it back from like best episode ever was, you know, the whole friends ditching her.
Like, just so quickly ditching her and just going
yeah,
with...
that was
Yeah.
like, it was all of them too. I mean, it's Rainbow Dash, loyalty of all. You know, it's like she showed almost no loyalty in this episode.
I was actually kind of surprised at how little loyalty she showed. Like, and I know that all of the traits of the ponies never really come through. I mean, let's face it, a lot of them really just kind of they use a name, but they don't do anything with them. Besides, I mean, Pinky's the only honest one. Pinky and I think Twilight are only one of the. No, hold on. Pinky, Twilight, and Fluttershy, I think, are like three of the most honest like elements of their portrayal.
Rarity yeah. Well, an Applejack technically, if you included all of her lines, she's pretty straightforward in almost everything. So it's kind of like hidden with that. But then you have Rarity, who she kind of mostly just recently showed that, you know, she's super generous, you know, and stuff like that. In the episode this season.
She did make a bunch of dresses for them for free.
But I think Miss Dash is the least used, or at least honest element of all of them, because like, yeah, she's loyalty. I guess she's loyal to herself, but she's not loyal to her friends. And but I will give props to Twilight in this episode. She did go back for Pinky. She at least said, "Oh, we should totally, you know, you should come join us." And why she couldn't read her like a book when she was watering a drain.
Yeah.
I'm not confused with too. Where does the drain come from? Is it just like, what's the point of that? There's no flooding.
It was
Well, they
pointless.
apparently have
It's
plumbing and
Pinky,
everything.
That's the point.
It was just like a random drain in the middle of a dirt road next to the house. It's like, what do you have this
It was
for?
a flower shop or something, wasn't it?
No, I think she was in front of the Sugar Cube corner at the time.
Oh.
She just watering the drain. It's like, you're watering near a random hole. It's steel, right? Like you.
Well,
you guys...
that means that they have a watering system and a sewer system. So now there are going to be underground ponies in the sewers, and there will be
What?
gates and everything. That's where the bat ponies live. Oh my gosh, guys! It all makes
Wait.
sense.
Why would a horse need a sewage system? It doesn't have toilets, right?
Yeah, they do have toilets that.
Why
Like
would a
Spike?
horse? Why would a horse need a toilet? Horses just whatever they like. Have you ever been to a farm?
Yeah.
You can't
these
do
aren't-
that and step in a pile of
Well,
shite.
these aren't horses. These are magic ponies.
Yeah, they have kitchens and everything.
Which I'm still questioning how they built, even if the Earth ponies are supposed to have built their own village apart from the other races. So how did they build this with this hoops?
Well, you saw Applejack. Her family built that entire barn and everything.
Which I'm still questioning that too. It requires dexterity. Hooves
And
don't
then
have
rebuilt it,
dexterity.
and then rebuilt it, and then rebuilt it.
Their dexterity score is like 5, and the rest of their scores are
Speak-
higher.
Speaking of that, in this episode, Pinky had she had a balloon maker in her hand, but well, not her hand obviously, but it was actually taped to her hoof.
In this show, hooves don't work like hooves, so I'm not gonna really say it's.
I'm not
quite-
gonna mess with the physics of hooves.
Oh my god, you're right. It is taped to her hand.
Her hand.
Hoof. Sorry, hoof. It's
Knowing
magic.
Pinky, it kind of surprises me that she didn't like just hold it with her hair or something, you know?
like the flashlight.
One thing I did notice is that when she was sad, her hair didn't completely flatten when it
Yeah,
was
that's
deflating.
what
I was
I was
expecting.
just waiting for that to happen. Maybe they're trying to like draw away from that Pinkamena thing.
It was. I was just waiting for her to go into Pinkamena mode. I'm like, just let your hair flatten. Come on, you're getting sadder. I want to see you do this. It's sad. I want Pinky. I don't want Pinky to be sad, but it's just that scene is so iconic.
Just like deflating hair, you know? It's like I'm just waiting for that.
With the new inclusions of all the characters so far, including Cheese Sandwich and all of them, which one do you think is now best pony? I mean, we have a plethora of ponies now. Plethora of ponies to partition our particular interest to.
Should we start with the main 6 as who is the best?
Oh, see, I still...
So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like a
that's true.
subtype.
Because, and to be fair, with the recent, with the recent things they've been doing, they have changed quite a bit, so...
Yeah.
My vote would maybe good to Twilight now, but now I have to contend with the new Pinkie Pie, which she's actually more mature than I thought, and now the new Rarity, because they both kind of really did a shift there. Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I'd have to say Rarity and Pinkie Pie as of now. Rainbow Dash didn't really change much at all in the last episode.
No.
So
Yeah, I mean, she kind of, like, I would say she always had, like, the sort of, like, cocky demeanor, but at the same time, like, she knows what she's doing, you know, and she actually, like, she's still loyal to her friends in the end. So, in that sense, she never really changed as a character, nor does she really need to.
yeah, I think for Rainbow Dash, there's not really too much development to expand on, especially showing in that episode. I mean, she wavered back and forth a lot. She was completely not loyal to her friends, you know, for a majority of that episode, because she was just kind of stuck split even, you know, like, okay, this is her dream team, but then this is her friends, home, and stuff like that. So I can understand where she was split. Plus, she also is from Cloudsdale. She had more of an indecisive kind of loyalty problem this time, but that wasn't really.
It's not really it's not really a conflict that you have to sort of change your character to meet that. You kind of just have to make a decision.
And being raised in a more competitive kind of culture, I can imagine that she would really go for the bigger picture at some points. Like if she sees a bigger thing, it's like, I'm going to go for that thing because it looks more like powerful, which looks more promising. So for her, yeah, I can see why she would have a more of a slightly wavering thing, but that's and hope I think that was kind of addressed. But it's
well, that makes more sense with this last episode. I mean, she did not, you know, immediately pick Pinkie Pie. I want your party. You know, she was like, cheese is pretty awesome.
I don't know. My favorite of the main characters is still Twilight, probably. But out of the newer characters that we've seen, I can't pick between both Biceps and Cheese Sandwich. That like they're both just so just that. Judging by those two episodes, the last two episodes we've had, being introduced to these characters. Well, for Biceps, it's reintroduced, but they just did such a good job of introducing these characters that I already like them so much.
Yeah, I'd have to put them at a tie, honestly, because Cheese is just so awesome. Both Biceps is just so awesome too. He's awesome in a different way, but
don't make me pick between them because they're both. No, like it was just absolutely hilarious listening to all of those weird sound effects that they put in, and he reminds me of Biceps reminds me of Ed in Ed, Edd, and Eddy. Like,
yeah,
I can see
like,
that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's who he reminds me of, and that's why I love that character.
I didn't think about that comparison, but you're right. I miss that show.
And Cheese Sandwich's Weird Al Yankovic for one, and two, I don't know, I somewhat relate, because it's like I definitely am not the same person I used to be without like having things influence me. But
speaking of it, and on the note of influence, the fact that Pinkie was able to throw a party as big as she still does when she was a filly, that was actually quite shocking to see that she could throw it that big when she was like, what, 3? I don't know how old was she in that thing? She was juggling on a ball one hooved, and then she was throwing all this parties. Like, how are you a child genius and just never like grew out of that phase? Is that what you're going on here? Like, because that's really what I'm getting from this. Like, Pinkie never.
She's a prodigy.
yeah, she's like a social genius, honestly. Like, if she can make all those people smile then using the same tactics she does now, then
it's like, yeah, wow, that's scary smart, Pinkie. I'm kind of worried about you. Okay, that's a good segue. Her personality is bubbly and all that stuff, but now, relating back to Bronies in this case, what kind of Brony are each of us in this sense? We covered origins last time, but how do we express it?
Who's first?
Oh, I can say that honestly. I don't have many chances to express my bronyhood because I work in an office job. But when I do have a chance, I have a hat that has 2 pins on it, 1 Derpy Cutie Mark and 1 Rainbow Dash. So I'm like, I will wear it, but only when I go out on weekends, and that's very rarely. So it's like, I don't get to show it much, but I do wish to support it, and I will openly say it's a good show to anyone who asks me. But that's all I can really say. I like my rock. It's comfy.
As for me, I mean, yeah, I don't really get out in public much, but like when I do, if I have like certain articles of clothing, like I have this one backpack or whatever, and it's for this one roller coaster that's all outlaw themed and everything, and I had an Applejack pin on that, and so I'll wear that out places and everything, and you know, of course, people every so often will recognize it, but it's mostly little kids if I'm standing in line somewhere, which is pretty entertaining. I mean, I was standing in line for something, and this little girl behind me is just like poking at my buttons and stuff like, that's Applejack and that's Pinkie Pie, and she just turned 6 years old. It was her birthday and everything, and I was just like, whoa, this is awesome.
Oh, that's cute.
Standing in line and talking to a 6-year-old about My Little Pony, that was actually pretty entertaining. So that's about as far as I go.
I just watched the show. I mean, I collect the merch. I have 7 posters, official and fan-made. I have various figurines and minis. I have 2 plushes. I'm not sure how tall. I have hats. I have clothing. I have a cosplay outfit.
Nice.
Who do you cosplay?
Braybird.
Braybird.
Awesome.
Yes.
I have the Hot Topic vinyl scratch hoodie.
Ooh.
I got it when it was marked down at $25. Well, I'm part of this podcast. I staff for a convention. I do brony-centric music. I'm part of a brony club at my school. I'm pretty sure the entire mother's side of my family knows about my broniness. So, I don't know. How does that equate to a number?
I feel I feel progressively smaller and smaller as you're going with this. it's like wow, I feel really small now.
I volunteered for any convention once.
What did you do?
I was basically cosplaying as Spike and being a gopher and running around and doing stuff for people that they told me to do.
Was that the time we filmed Princess Process?
Yes, that was actually. They let me keep my armbands. You know how they have the winter wrap-up ones?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was offered either the Pegasus one or the Earth Pony ones, but I chose the Earth Pony ones because there's a rabbit on it.
Aww.
Alright, well, to answer the first question, what kind of one am I? I'm definitely, I guess I'd say a closet one, because, like, even now, like, alone in my room when I'm talking about it, I'm kind of trying to keep it down, because I don't really want to... Yeah, but, I mean, my closest friends do know that I'm a brony, but, like, it's not really something I don't have any merchandise or anything. I just watch and enjoy the show. I kind of just take note of, like, the sort of things that they do, and, like, just anything from, like, story elements to creating characters, how they would do that, which is why I really liked how they introduced those 2 new Goofy characters in there. And I don't know, there are some parts of the fandom that I think are a little too crazy, but I'm not against it or anything. I'm like, it got me interested. It legitimately got me interested in voice acting, among other things as well. And I guess I expressed that by just doing impressions of guy versions of the main cast, but that's pretty much it. I don't really know.
I'm pretty much exactly the same as Nolan. No one know. Well, only my closest friends know I own no merchandise. This show also got me interested in voice acting as well as writing, and I just don't really express it apart from talking to people like you guys.
I mean, I have a couple of good friends that know that I am one, but it's not really something I just say in general. It's not something that I necessarily identify myself with. It's just a show that I enjoy watching.
I should also mention that I only watch the show as well. I go to excessive. I don't visit conventions. I probably would do if there were any near me.
Or
But,
isn't there one
yeah.
that you?
There is, yes, but that is in Manchester.
Well, I watched the show, and I was in a Brony club at my college, but I'm not anymore because I stopped going to said college.
Ah, right. That would make a difference.
Callege? Sorry, Callege?
I would go to the conventions if they were around here and not expensive.
Save up for Brony Fest. It's in Kansas City.
Like I think they have MLP panels at Icon, so I go to that.
Oh, well, simple question. Good question. And I really think people volunteer for some more of those conventions to do something about them. Like, I feel really...
I'm reading the chat right now. Callege.
Anyone here go to Callege?
Callege.
Gotta put some Mario. I'm not trying to... No, sorry, that was a Rooster Teeth thing I was going with. Sorry, I didn't mean to... If we offended anyone with any accents out there, we're sorry.
Sorry, Shadow.
We're not trying
Oh,
to.
that'd be fun. Let's just try and go for every accent we can do and see how many people we can offend.
Okay, I'm good with that.
I had a drawing teacher one time. He pronounced water as water.
Water. Paul, it's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Controversy.
God, she's such a nit.
Oh, apparently there's like a controversy right now. Like my mom just told me about it, that J.K. Rowling went back and said something in an interview that Ron and Hermione shouldn't be together. That Hermione should have been with Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think she just had more
too.
publicity for the book and film series that everyone knows.
Yeah, it's like, how are you gonna go back on that? Come on.
You already wrote it.
Look up.
Like, what are you?
You can't retcon it now. It's been too many years. Sorry.
They go back in the movie and they just put this like really poorly done thing to cut in there.
And then a whole new Harry Potter universe comes in where everything has changed.
You know, you guys are all filthy mudbloods. I mean,
I am proud. I'm proudly a mudblood. I'm an earth pony.
you're not a wizard like me. So
Yeah, because all the wizards live in the UK.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
D&D can actually be really fun if nobody takes it seriously whatsoever. But if I were to do a serious D&D sort of game, I could see myself as like a paladin sort of character.
The first time I played, and I've only actually played once. I actually want to go back and play again. It was entertaining. I couldn't tell if they were taking, like, it was serious, but it was serious in the amount that, okay, everyone knows this is for fun, etc. And I mean, my character, like, I had no idea what to expect, so a lot of things were just spontaneous when you're playing. So I have this level 6 halfling, and that's basically a hobbit. And yes, hobbit is.
Any last notes before we want to wrap this up real quick? Anything you really want the world to know and get out there?
Rubber chickens.
Rubber
Callege.
chickens.
Boneless 2.
Callege.
Callege. That's pretty much the episode. Really not need description because you should watch it for yourself, and it's just awesome in general.
Well, we could just say it's a musical with Weird Al in it.
This music.
Yep, that makes actually it's a really good. That's a really good description.
Weird
I
Al
didn't think of
actually
that before.
doesn't play himself.
What
Morgan
if
Freeman
Sam-
is
so weird,
always Morgan Freeman.
I was about to ask, what if Samuel L. Jackson made a guest appearance on My Little Pony?
I got
Beautiful.
Intense.
That would be
episode.
so beautiful.
So intense. Oh my god. That's
I'm
relatable.
so tired of this changelings and this palace.
That needs to be a fan animation.
Oh my god!
I think we
Somebody
need to
has
wrap
to
it
make
up.
a spoof. Somebody has to make a
Someone
spook.
animate that.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us for this awesome episode. As always, I've been Lamplight. Joining me this week has been Lightning Runner.
Oh, bye. Bye.
Oh, right, that too. Midnight Dusk.
Goodbye, neighbor.
We have Shadow,
Bye.
Author Pony,
Goodbye from college.
and and Noble Spirit.
College.
Bye. Callege.
All right.
Callege.
College.
Callege.
I'm sorry.
Rubber chicken.